Hello friends, let's solve a problem where we are supposed to solve a problem by using superposition theorem. See, the problem is a bit different than the earlier ones. Here I am having a voltage source 10 volt by 2 ohm. I will explain this later on. Let me first give values to all the remaining sources and resistances. Current source 2 ampere by 20 ohm. This is 10 ohm, 20 ohm, and one more voltage source is there of value 20, and this is 30 ohm. The question is, find out current flowing through 10 ohm resistance using superposition theorem. Now, why this problem is different than the earlier one? If you see properly, this is a voltage source with some resistance is associated with it. Same is the case with this current source. So these resistances are nothing but internal resistances of those sources. So whenever such kind of problem comes, first thing that we are supposed to do is redraw the circuit. Meaning we need to consider the effects of these two resistances. So the circuit will look like this. We know for a voltage source, internal resistance is in series with voltage source. So actually this part I can draw like this. Same is the case with this current source. But we know for a current source, internal resistance is parallel to a current source. And then rest of the part of the circuit will remain as it is. So now it is just a 10 volt source with a resistance 2 ohm series with it. 2 ampere current source 20 ohm will come in parallel with it, and rest of the part of the circuit will remain as it is. So now consider this circuit for a solution. So our step is step number 1. We have to consider one source at a time. So I will consider 10 volt acting alone. Remaining sources I need to replace with their internal resistances. So for this current source, which is 2 ampere, now it will become an ideal one. 2 ampere is open circuited and 20 volt is short circuited. So considering these modifications, I will get a circuit like this. This is 10 volt, 2 ohm, 20, 10, one more 20 ohm resistance and 30 ohm. I will apply nodal analysis in order to solve a problem. So let's consider this as a node having 3 branches connected together with a potential VA. This will also be a node having 3 branches, potential VB, and this entire thing is a reference. So let's apply KCL at node A. So I will consider random directions of current since there is no current source present. So for first node, this is the incoming current. Equation will be like this: 0 minus VA. In the direction of current, I have a voltage source who's changing the polarity from minus to plus. So it's a voltage rise. So plus 10 divided by resistance of that branch, which is 2, equal to outgoing currents. This is first outgoing current started at A, ending on reference, resistance is 20, and the third outgoing current is this. So the equation will be VA minus VB divided by 10. Let's rearrange the terms. So I will get VA minus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 20 minus 1 by 10, VB plus VB 1 by 10. I will have this constant on other side of equation. The constant is 10 by 2, which will become 5. If I take this 5 over here, it will be minus 5. Equation number 1. Similarly, I can apply KCL at node B. At node B, one incoming current, equation will be VA minus VB divided by 10 equal to VB minus 0 divided by 20 plus VB minus 0 divided by 30. Let's rearrange the terms. So it will be VA 1 by 10 plus VB minus 1 by 10 minus 1 by 20 minus 1 by 30 equal to 0, equation number 2. Solving equations 1 and 2, I will get VA as 8.3969 volt and VB as 4.5802 volt. My job is to get current flowing through 10 ohm resistance, and that is because of first source only. So if I consider this resistance was branch current, I have written as VA minus VB divided by 10. If I substitute the values of VA and VB, I will get answer as 0.3817 ampere positive. So whatever direction I have assumed, that will be correct. This is the first part of our answer. To get a second part, let's consider a second source acting alone. So in the original problem, now I will consider 20 volt acting alone. Consider 20 volt acting alone. So remaining source is 10 volt, which is a voltage source, so it is short circuited. And a current source of 2 ampere is open circuited. Circuit will become like this. 10 volt is shorted. I am open circuiting 2 ampere. Again, I will solve this particular part of a circuit through nodal analysis. So same concept. So let's apply KCL at node A. So it is 0 minus VA divided by 2 equals VA minus 0 divided by 20 plus VA minus VB divided by 10. After rearranging the terms, I will get VA 1 by 2 plus 1 by 20 plus 1 by 10 plus VB minus 1 by 10, since there is no constant term, equal to 0, equation number 1. In similar way, I can apply KCL at node B. So I will get VA minus VB divided by 10. Incoming current I consider. Outgoing current. So this outgoing current started at B, ending on reference. In the current direction that I have assumed, there is a battery which is changing its polarity from plus to minus. So I will get VB minus 0 minus 20 divided by 20 plus VB minus 0 divided by 30. Again, rearrange the terms. So VA 1 by 10 plus VB minus 1 by 10 minus 1 by 20 minus 1 by 30. I will keep the constant on the same side, which is minus 20 divided by 20 minus 1. Equation number 2. Solving equations 1 and 2, I will get VA as 0.916 volt and VB as 5.9542 volt. Our job is to get current flowing through 10 ohm resistance because of 20 volt source, which I denoted as I 10 ohm double dash. It is VA minus VB divided by 10. If I substitute the values of VA and VB, I will get minus 0.5038 ampere. Though it is a minus, still I will consider current direction same as the assumed one. So this is the second part of the solution. Let's go to the third part, where we need to consider a third source, which is a current source. So consider 2 ampere acting alone. Remaining two sources are voltage sources, 20 volt and 10 volt. Being a voltage source, I will short circuit that. So in original circuit, if I consider these modifications, this will be shorted, this will be shorted, only this current source will act alone. I will get circuit like this. Two ampere source and remaining resistances will remain as it is. Again same concept. This is a node having a potential VA, another node having a potential VB. This is a reference node. All current directions except the one, because here current source is present, so we will take a direction same as a current source. Remaining directions we can consider randomly. So let's apply KCL at node A. One incoming current and 3 outgoing currents. So for incoming current, it is 0 minus VA divided by 2 equal to one outgoing current is a 2 ampere current source as it is, plus VA minus 0 divided by 20 plus VA minus VB divided by 10. Rearranging the terms, I will get VA 1 by 20 plus 1 by 10 plus 1 by 2 plus VB minus 1 by 10. I will take constant, which is 2 on this side, so minus 2, that will be equation number 1. Similarly, we can apply KCL at node B. So at node B, incoming current equation is VA minus VB divided by 10 equals, these two are outgoing currents started at B ending on reference, resistance is 20 for the first branch, and for second branch it is VB minus 0 divided by 30. Let's rearrange the terms. VA 1 by 10 plus VB minus 1 by 10 minus 1 by 20 minus 1 by 30, since there is no constant term present, equal to 0. This is equation number 2. Solving equations 1 and 2, I will get VA as minus 3.3588 volt, VB as minus 1.8321 volt. Our job is to get current flowing through 10 ohm because of third source, and that is VA minus VB divided by 10. So if I substitute VA and VB, I will get answer minus 0.1527 ampere. Though it is a minus, still I will consider the direction same as the marked one. So this is the third and last part of the solution. Finally, as per superposition theorem, total current flowing through 10 amp will be I 10 ohm dash plus I 10 ohm double dash plus I 10 ohm triple dash. Now we got all these three answers. Let's check what is I double dash. Let's check what is I dash. So I dash 10 ohm is 0.3817 ampere of this direction. I double dash I am getting minus 0.5038. So it's minus 0.5038 of same direction. And third is this minus 0.1527 ampere, again of the same direction. So why I have kept all the directions same? Because simply I need to take algebraic sum of all these three, right? No need to consider which direction current will flow ultimately. So if I solve, I'll come to know the answer I will get over here is 0.2748 ampere. Of course, if you take sign into consideration, this part is more than this, so it is minus 0.2748 ampere of said direction. Ultimately, I am getting a final answer negative. That means I will change the current direction in the end. So finally, answer will be 0.2748 ampere of opposite direction. So here we have taken a problem with the internal resistances of sources given. In subsequent lectures, we will see more numericals. Thank you.